with a straight back. And thank you again for making it this evening. I hope it's going to be helpful. And to get the most out of this evening, it's best if we can try and consciously disconnect from everything outside. So I was using the laptop analogy. So go ahead and close down a few windows in your mind now. So just click down the X's. That's it. Navigate away from all the other pages. And we're going to just make it all about yourself and your breath. And then when you restore all your responsibilities, you'll be so much better prepared to deal with them. So just for now, clear the mind, closing it all down, coming to just an awareness of the breath. That's nice. Just taking some gentle breaths in and out through the nose. Letting everything settle. Continuing to turn your awareness in. Fantastic. So I've got a nice gentle restorative session for you today. Hope you find that helpful. And I'm going to ask you to bring the hands to the heart in Namaste. That's good. And from here, we're going to just open the fingers out to make a kind of cut shape with the palm. So this is sometimes called the lotus mudra. So imagine you're making a flower with the hands. That's right. So just like you've placed a flower at your breastbone. That's good. You're just enjoying the sense of the blossom in your heart. And now place the palms together, interlock the fingers and push the hands up for a bit of a stretch as we begin our practice today. That's good. Take a deep breath in, bring the arms back alongside the ears. Take another breath and release. That's fantastic. I'd like to invite you to bring your fingertips to the collarbones now. And if that works for you with the image of a flower, you can just pretend that the flower is just resting against your chest. I'm going to breathe into the fingers. You've got your fingertips on your collarbones. And as you inhale, just feel a gentle movement of the hands. So we're bringing the breath up into the upper chest. That's good. Just keep on closing down any intrusive thoughts. Just filling your mind with this sensation of breathing. The image of the lotus flower. That's great. Just 2 more breaths, please. Well done. So I'd like to begin lying down, if you would. So come and join me lying on your back, getting comfortable. We're going to put our hands on our tummy, all right? So getting in a straight line with the knees up. Just as we were with the hands on the collarbone, just sensing the breath coming and going. Let's put the hands on your tummy and see if you can bring the breath down into your belly now. We're going to do something with this chest belly breathing later. So I just want to really embed that sensation, breathing into the belly. Feel the rise and fall of your tummy. You've ever seen a little baby breathe? Their bellies go up and down quite a bit, don't they? So they seem to belly breathe more than an adult small chest breathe. So we're going back into our bellies. Just feeling the belly Move in and out with the breath. And getting a sense of the back of your head on the ground, the shoulders on the ground, and the hips. That's nice. So we're going to take some movement now. So please gather your knees into your tummy. We're just going to rock gently from side to side. So this is just a gentle massage for the spine. Just rocking from side to side. And then when you're ready, let's take the knees over to the ground on the left. And spread out the arms. So just coming into a lying down twist. So we quite often conclude our practice like this when we're doing a dynamic practice. So just for a change, I'd like to begin like this as we do our more restorative practice. So in a moment, let's swing the knees to the second side and just taking the legs over, getting comfortable, relaxing into the shape. Great stuff. So if you're feeling really tired, you might want to just rest and do this slowly with a few breaths on each side. If you've got a bit of energy today, let's start to swing the knees over to the first side. And then on the in-breath, bring them up to center. And on the exhale, drop the knees to the opposite side. So inhale up. And exhale down. Just moving from side to side. Great. Just wakes up our middles a little bit. You can do that with the feet off the ground. It's a little bit harder, of course. If you want it a bit easier, put the feet down. Let's do a couple more if you've got the energy. And then we'll bring the feet to the ground and rest. And just being aware of your body. You might feel a bit of a tingling in your tummy where you've woken up those tummy muscles. All right, so we're going to bring the feet up to the sky. If you get that in a comfortable position, we're actually going to bring the legs against the wall or against the chair later, or indeed the door in Alison's house. So it's just a kind of get the feeling of this inversion with the legs up in the air. Okay, and then I'd like to suggest, just to connect with these core muscles, we're going to lower the legs to the ground. So it's going to be any way you like. You could bend the knees or have them straight. So lowering the legs to the ground and then straightening the legs along the ground. Good. So if you have any back issues, I think most people here are okay, probably because you do yoga. But if you're feeling like a bit vulnerable in your back, you can also put your hands underneath your bottom, palms face down. So you might want to try that version anyway. So legs up to the sky. And we'll take a breath. And on the exhale, lower the legs. Legs straight or legs bent, whatever works for you. Fantastic. Take a breath with the legs all flat on the ground. And again, feet to the sky. Take a breath. And lower the legs down. We're just bringing our awareness out of our head and more into the body. Excellent. Let's draw the left knee into your tummy and circle the left knee against your body. So you can have your right leg straight, or if that's uncomfortable, just bend it a bit. Just kind of circling that left knee. What we're trying to do is bring the thigh bone into your low belly and kind of massage your low belly on the left side of the thigh bone. Just circling the knee a few times. Well done. And then extend the left leg. Draw the right knee in. Do a few circles here. So again, if that's not so comfortable, just bend the straight leg a bit or a lot. It makes it harder the straighter the other leg is. So whatever works for you. Great. And then we'll bring both knees in, hugging the knees in, rocking from side to side. Just tuning into any sensations in your abdomen. Yeah. Just woken up your middle a little bit. And we'll rock over onto the side and push up to seated. Very nice indeed. So just taking a comfortable seat. If you're happy to kneel for a moment, just join me in an upright position. If you're not happy to kneel, just extend the legs. You know how it goes. Just taking a moment, observing the breath. Can I invite you to hands and knees, please? Coming back to our all fours. We're going to do some standing poses, not very many, don't worry, but just enough to make us feel ready to relax. Okay, so coming to your box shape, let's take a few of our cat-cow stretches. Exhaling, tuck the tailbone. Inhaling, curling up. That's lovely. Just do a few of those, synchronizing your breath and your movement, getting everything moving, keeping your awareness in your tummy. So you've just got belly drawing in. Very nice. And just pause in the up position, tuck the toes under, and go ahead and shift the hips back to the heels and walk the hands away. So you've got a bit of almost a child's pose with the toes tucked under, bowing the head. Very nice. So I'd like to go from here to downward dog. So pressing up and back to downward dog. If you've got the energy, I know it's late and you might have had a tough day in the sun, so just, if you're happy in down dog, hang out here. If you're not, come back to all fours or child's pose. So just do what you feel. If down dog's suiting you, it's a great one to begin your practice because it really helps to release the neck. So let's bend one knee and then the other knee. Yeah. Relax the head, give it a bit of a shaky move. That's good. Thank you. Let's make this into a standing forward bend. So walking the feet to the hands, hands to the feet. Come to a kind of upside down situation. Bowing the head, just letting the head relax some more. Wonderful. Give the shoulders a shrug here. Give the jaw a little wiggle. Okay. So I'm going to suggest you put your hands on the outside of the calf muscle, so the palms are facing towards each other. Right, so on the sides of your legs is another way of saying that. And then we're just going to try keep the feet hip distance apart and try and squeeze the hands towards each other. But you're going to try and keep and move the knees apart so they're more over the heels. You get quite a nice effect, like further up in the hips and thighs. So can you feel that? A little bit of muscle engagement. So notice my knees are just slightly bent. So I'm squeezing the palms together and resisting with the knees. And then relaxing the head towards the ground. Start to straighten the legs a little bit without locking the knees. It really helps to get into those back backs of your thighs. Those hamstrings get a lovely treat. Just check your mouth is soft. Observe your breathing. Lovely. Just give the toes a little wiggle. Relax the toes. I'm going to bring the hands onto the backs of the calf muscles now. So the chunky bit around the back. And just bring the palms there and push your calf muscles into your hands and sort of resist with the hands. See if you can feel how that impacts further up in the hamstrings as you bring your nose gently towards the knees. So we're not overstretching or anything, just gently push the calf muscles into your hands. Release the nose closer to the knees if that goes that way. Lovely. Thank you, everyone. Let's keep your head very relaxed. I'm going to extend the spine horizontally forward. So push the calf muscles into the hands and the hands into the calves, and then come up halfway. And this is a pose we kind of rush through quite often in our sun salutation. So just holding it for a moment, feel the extension in the sides of the neck as the top of the head gently extends horizontally forward. Take a breath and bow. And then sweeping the arms overhead. Let's bring the hands home to the heart. Take a deep breath in. Mountain pose. Well done, everyone. So I've got a few standing sun salutations for you just to shake away the day. So if you've got the feet at hip distance apart, bring the hands to the hips. So you're kind of pushing down on your hip bones, that's it. Relax into the soles of the feet, strengthen the leg muscles. So we've done a lovely leg stretch, so you should be able to connect with those leg muscles and just hug them onto the bone. That's nice. And then pressing down on the actual hip bones, push your feet into the ground. That's good. So you're pushing down through the soles of the feet, drawing the muscles of the legs. Kind of the circumference of the legs draws onto the bone. That's nice. So you've got the legs really charged, strong and steady. And then soften the shoulders onto the back. Let's extend up through the crown of the head. That's nice. Bring your breath into your upper chest. Take a deep breath in. And releasing the hands. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Touch the palms at the top. And on the exhale, we'll sweep down to a standing forward bend. On the in-breath, coming up halfway. Exhaling, bow. And then sweep the arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Deep breath in. Mountain pose. Lovely. Do two more. Inhale, rise. Exhale. With the speed of your own breath, swallow, dive down. Slowly extend horizontally. And on the exhale, bow and forward. Inhale, bring the arms overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Take a deep breath in. Mountain pose. Inhale, rise. Exhale, swallow, dive down. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bow. Very nice. Let's step the left leg back into a deep lunge. Bring the back knee to the ground. so you're comfortable. So take your time getting the back knee down. Well done. We're going to turn the right foot out towards the right edge of the mat and walk the hands over towards the left edge of the mat. That's great. So we're hoping to open up the hips here. So when you're ready, join me. We're going to take the inner thighs diagonally back towards the back right corner of your mat. Good. So some people are a bit more flexible than me, and you'll be able to do this with your forearms down. So I think I can get one down, but not two. But if you want a little bit more, go down a little deeper. So we're moving those inner thighs diagonally back. Good. Getting into your hand position. Remember, we're all different. Great stuff. And just to complete this action, with the right hip, so the front hip, you're going to kind of tuck under your right buttock, if you know what I mean. So move the inner thighs back and then tuck under the front hip, and you should get a feeling that you've drawn in and up on your core muscles or something like that. That's good. Let's bring both knees to the ground. Come back to all fours. And then when you're ready, bring the left foot forward and turn the toes out to the left as we walk the hands over to the right. So same thing, second side, getting comfortable. Just a gentle hip opener this evening. So let's get in a good place where you move those inner thighs back first of all. So imagine you're trying to take your groins back to the back left corner of your mat. Obviously they're not going to go there, but just in that general direction. Yeah. And then maybe go a bit lower if you want to. Maybe bend the elbows a bit, or you can get the elbows down depending on your body type. Excellent. Okay, so keep moving the inner thighs back. Scoop the left hip under. Ooh. Notice what's happening indoors. Very good, healthy. That's a good muscle to train. Well done, well done. Keep breathing. And we'll come back to hands and knees. Fantastic. So back into our kind of box shape that we use all the time. Make sure there's plenty of space between the hands and the knees. You're looking pretty good to me. Okay, when we're ready, we're going to raise the left arm, taking a big deep breath in, and thread the left arm through, come down onto the left shoulder, the left side of the head. So we've done our hips, now we're just opening up the shoulders. Very good. So just using the weight of the body to open up the four corners of the body now. Fantastic. Just pausing here. Take a couple of breaths. And we'll come back to center. Brilliant. So when you're ready, let's do the second side. Raise the right arm. Take a deep breath. And threading it through, coming all the way down to the side of your head. Just coming into any version of this. I think we've all done this before. So it's a really good way just to release and unlock any tension in the shoulders. So find your version. Pausing in the shape. Very nice indeed. Well done. And we'll come back to hands and knees. Inhaling, lift the tailbone and look up. Then I'll tuck the toes, and if you want to, come back to downward facing dog. So it's our second one. We're going to just push it a little deeper now. We're warming up. Push the floor away. forward and across the shoulders. Move the inner thighs up and back towards the top corner of the where the ceiling meets the wall. That's it. Take a breath. And we'll walk the feet to the hands. And let's all meet in a forward bend. So strengthening the legs without locking the knees. Relax your head, give those shoulders a bit of a shrug. Relax your mouth. Wonderful. On the inhale, extend the spine. On the exhale, bow. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Bring the shoulders onto the back. Breathing in, lift the heart to meet the hands. Strong legs. Open up your lotus mudra. That's it. Pausing for a moment. Observing the breath. Take a deep breath in. Close your petals again and release the hands. Fantastic. So we're coming to a little bit of standing on one leg. So if you could pour the weight into the right foot, we'll reach up with the arms and bring the heel of the left foot to the right ankle. So we're going up into tree, but we're just going to start with this one with both feet on the ground. So finding something to look at. Strengthen the standing leg, the right leg. Zeroing in on that single point with your eyes. Can you slide the sole of your left foot up to the calf muscle there? That's good. So you've got a curling your sole of your foot around the curve of your calf muscle. And what's quite nice to do is to squeeze the calf muscle and the foot together. This will help our balance. If it's not going so well, just bring the heel back down to the ankle and you can hover the toes above the mat. Take a breath. Palms together overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Take another breath. Both feet to the ground. Wonderful. Just pausing. Brilliant. Shift the weight into the left foot. Bring the heel of the right foot to the ankle. Reaching up with your branches for Bakasana. Go ahead and strengthen the left leg. So just like we were earlier, draw all the muscles onto the bone while rooting down through the sole of the foot. That's nice. And then just see what happens. Bring the sole of the right foot a little higher, pressing sole and calf muscle together. That's great. Keep breathing. Well done. So one of my favourite quotes for tree pose is, be like a tree, remember your roots, drink plenty of water, and don't forget to bend with the wind. So I think it's pretty good advice. Thank you, trees. Root both feet again, bring the hands back to the heart. Well done. Releasing your hands, mountain pose. We'll sweep up the arms. Excellent. Palms together overhead. Now this can be quite difficult, so just see how it goes. See if you can bring the arms alongside the ears or even behind the ears. So we're going to strengthen the legs, root down through the feet, push the feet into the ground, and then squeeze the palms together and reach the fingertips towards the sky. That's lovely. Take a breath. And then take the right wrist and go ahead and sway with the breeze to the left. Nice. Inhale, center. And we'll sway to the right. Brilliant. Inhale, center. Change the cross of the hands. Just go ahead and bend the left knee. And sway a little deeper to the left. Inhale, center. Change the hands. Bend the right knee. Sway to the right. Great. Inhale, center. Reach up, look up, stretch up. And exhale. Track those fingertips with your gaze as you bring your hands back to the heart. Take a deep breath in. Release the hands. Fantastic. Sweeping up the arms. Inhale. On the out breath, swallow, dive down, back to our forward bend. Wonderful. Let's inhale, come halfway up. And on the out breath, bow. Let's step back to downward dog. Having a little bit of a stretch here, whatever you feel. If you can shift your hips to the left and to the right. Stretching out the right side of the body. And then the left side of the body. And then we'll bend the knees, lift your bottom a bit higher. Stretching both sides of the waist diagonally up to the ceiling. And then we're going to come to child's pose. So knees wide, toes together, hips to heels. Let's do the version with the arms in front of us. So if this isn't so comfortable for you, you can take your cushion or your blocks for your head. Just getting into a more restful version of this pose. Fantastic. We're going to pause here just for a moment or two. Observe your breathing. So we've been moving the breath around the body quite a bit. Can you feel the breath moving now in your back body? Now this is much more subtle. So imagine if there was a hand on your back, would they be able to feel the gentle rise and fall of your back? Wonderful. Come slowly up to seated. And getting in an upright position. Just with the hands in your lap, bringing your breath back down into your belly. Just feel your belly move with the breath. Fantastic. So please would you bring your right hand onto your breastbone and your left hand below the navel. Put one hand on each of these energy centers. And you might want to close your eyes for this one, just to observe your breathing for a moment. Breathing into the low belly. And then breathing into the upper hand, into the chest. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your chest. Well done. So now we'll change it and inhale into the upper hand and exhale into the lower hand. Inhale, upper hand. Exhale, lower hand. Inhale, upper hand, nose breathing. exhale, lower hand. Just a couple more rounds, please. Very nice. And then shift the hips to the ground and extend the legs in front of us. Just walk your bottom back a couple of inches so you've got really comfortable. Just coming to an upright position with the fingertips to the ground beside you. Please shrug the shoulders down. I'd like you to feel that connection with the sit bones and the earth. Just give your bum a little wiggle until you can really feel the weight going down through those sitting bones, connecting with the ground. That's good. And then we're going to grow a little taller. So drawing up through the core muscles, relax the shoulders down, extending up through the crown of the head. Very nice. So continuing with your breath awareness. Can you bring the awareness of your breath up into your nostrils now, please? So just gentle breaths in and out through the nose. Very nice. Take a deep breath in. And hinge to a forward bend of any kind. Just bringing the hands either side of the legs or to the feet, only if that's easy. You don't have to force your way down. Bowing the head, shrugging the shoulders. Lovely. Softening your nose towards the knees without trying too hard. We're moving into the last 20 minutes or so of our time together. So I'd like to ask you to just back off a bit and don't try as hard as we have done for the rest of the sessions. Just go where it just naturally arises. Observing your breathing. What you can do is with the exhale is relax a little deeper into the pose. Relaxing into the pose with every exhale. Right. 2 more breaths, please. On the inhale, gently emerge. Good for you. Let's take the sole of the left foot in. So if you have a cushion or a prop of some kind, you just put something underneath your left knee to make it a bit more comfortable if you want. Walk your bum back a bit. Again, it's all about these roots, so I'd like you just to get your hip bones really connected with the ground. Bring the hands either side of the straight leg. Take a breath and fold. Bowing your nose to your knee. Keeping that right big toe pointing straight up. We're going to breathe our way down. So I'd like to just talk about the imagery of the lotus. So it's often, the lotus flower is often used in yoga, and it's not just the lotus position, but the actual lotus blossom is often an icon of yoga and also of Buddhism, although yoga is more associated with Hinduism than with Buddhism. There's a terrific amount of crossover. Just coming back to this image of the lotus flower. We're very lucky here in Western. The local parks have an amazing display of lotus blossom. In Grove Park, it's really quite phenomenal. You might not have seen one for a while, but you have seen one, the waxy flowers floating on the water. So just contemplating the lotus blossom with your mind. So there's a reason that this flower is used so much as an analogy, is because it's a very beautiful thing. It's a very pure, often white or pale pink, and pristine and clean and look amazing. However, the only reason they look like that is because they've got a really dark, dirty, mucky root system in the pondweed. So the analogy is that we need both. You need to be firmly rooted to have that connection with your physical self in order to blossom fully. So we're going to very slowly and gently swap sides. So in your own way, cradling that left knee, isn't it? And drawing up the right knee, propping up the right knee. It's kind of a nice thing to do for this restorative practice. So it's not important. And then rearrange your bum. Yes, get your sitting bones in contact with the earth. Send some roots down into that murky depths there, into the depths of the pond. Get that connection with the ground really in place. And then we'll take a breath. And hinging forward to the same forward bend on the second side. Fantastic. So part of our reason we do our physical yoga practice is to take care of this physical body, which can sometimes be messy and dirty, and it can cause us pain. It can be a problem. So the reason for a lot of this physical activity in yoga is to purify the physical body and bring an end to our aches and pains. So we're more free to contemplate our blossoming nature, our lotus in itself. And the other part of this analogy is not to try and be too pure. You need both. You need to be a bit mucky, you need to go to the loo and sleep and eat and things like that. And you can't think pure spiritual thoughts if that's not taken care of. So the image of the lotus is just honor ourselves, our mucky animal selves, and respect the purity, the wisdom and enlightenment that arises out of the dirt in this body. Taking another breath here, and then extending both legs away. Let's take a moment to circle the ankles. And those of you here a bit earlier, we had a chat about concluding our practice today with the legs up the wall. So this is one that often gives you is guaranteed almost to give you a really good night's sleep. So we're going to be moving there shortly, but just before we do, can I ask you just to do a little counter pose from those forward bends. So bringing the hands behind you, bring the feet to the ground. All right. So, and then let's go ahead and lift your bottom just to release any tension that you might have picked up in the back. There you go. And then coming down again. Bringing your cushion or blanket to your wall or your chair. You know, you don't have to have a wall, it can be a door. And then I'm just going to remind you how to get in it, because the closer you are to the wall, the more you get out of this set of poses. So what's a really nice way of doing it is to come in sideways. So I'm sitting side on with my hips quite close to the wall. So then I'm going to roll onto my side and wiggle my hips a bit closer towards the skirting board, then swing the legs up and I've got my cushion underneath my bottom. I'll get that in a good place for you. Remember, the more vertical the legs are, the more you get out of it. But we've done a lot of hamstring prep, so it shouldn't be uncomfortable for you. But if it is, just bend the knees a little bit. Make sure you're in a good place. Take as long as you need to get comfortable. And we're just going to turn the palms face up and pause here for a moment. We're going to have a bit of fun here as well. Check you've got everything you're going to need for a happy relaxation. So if you wanted your eye pillow, it's nice to have that near you. So we're not going to move or come down again till the end. So you can you don't have to look at me. You can just listen if you like. But I have I'm going to bring you guys a bit closer so I can see what you're doing. Looking good. So this is the ultimate chill out pose from yoga. This 10 minutes like this is really worth an hour's nap all scrunched up in front of the telly. So really worth remembering if you need to recharge your batteries or chill out after a hard day. This is an excellent way to do it. It's one of those tools from yoga that you could just stick in your back pocket and pull out when you need to. I mean, from time to time we all have trouble sleeping, and if you wake up in the night, they say the worst thing you can do is lie there fretting. So what I do, if it happens to me, is I obviously give it a little while, leap out of bed, but if I'm not asleep again within, say, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I will get out of bed and do this for 5 minutes, and then when I get back into bed, I almost always go back to sleep. So it's a really good one to know. So I'm just going to do a couple of stretches at the wall. Right, so I invite you, please, to bring your left ankle above the right knee onto the thigh bone. So you could say that was below the right knee because it's the closer to you, but it doesn't matter. If it's not comfortable on your thigh bone, bring it to your shin bone. So it's a hip stretch here at the wall, which is great. So this you like this one, didn't you, Lisa? This was your type of thing, being upside down. Yes, she likes this one. Yes. So if you bring the sort of C shape of your hands, so your thumb and forefinger. I've got my thumb on my inner thigh, my fingers on the outer thigh. I'm just going to use my hand to work that thigh a bit wider, so just loosening off the hips with my hand upside down. Just give it a little helping hand there if you want to. Good, so just relaxing So I have, as some of you know, I have arthritis in my hips. So this is a really great one if you've got arthritic hips, stiff hips, which I've got terrible ones these days. So doing an upside down hip opener is brilliant for that. And then we'll send that left leg up the wall again and take the second side. So bringing your left ankle, sorry, it's the right ankle, isn't it, to the thigh bone or the shin bone, whichever's working for you. And then using your hand to help you open it up to the side. That's great. Just observing your breathing. Gentle rise and fall of the breath. We'll just do a couple more breaths here. And then please bring both legs back up the wall and release the hands to the ground, palms face up. Let's just get really comfortable here. Check you're in a straight line, so you're looking straight up, the back of the head's on the ground, with shoulders on the ground. That's nice, just making sure you're kind of mirror image. And let's relax the hands completely. So soften your fingers, relax the thumbs. That's good. Make any adjustments. You're going to be really comfortable now. Covering your eyes if that's what you like to do. Please relax your mouth, the teeth, the tongue, the back of the throat. Relaxing all inside the mouth. Relaxing up behind the ears, the inner ears. Relaxing the outer ears. And smoothing the brow now. Let your eyes rest back into the head. Relaxing your eyes completely. Relaxing the skin on your face. Soften your face. All expression fades from the face. And let gravity just take your skin. Just let it soften towards the ground. That's nice. Take a moment just to observe your body. Observing this vessel for the mind and the spirit. Just taking care of it. It can best serve us. Just tending to the roots. And our flowering of our consciousness can be an easeful affair. Just allow your whole body to relax and soften. And allow your mind to float free. Just a few more moments. So I'm going to come out very slowly. So please bring the soles of the feet to the wall. Just notice the sensation of the feet on the wall, or the chair in Vicky's case, the door for few of you. The feel of what's on your feet. And then we're going to very slowly and carefully roll over onto your side. That's good. Getting comfortable on your side. Very nice. And let's push ourselves up to seated. Come and take a comfortable seat just for the last minute or so. That's nice. Imagining this, however you like to sit, with a straight back. Just getting comfortable. Observing your breathing. Well, please place your hands together at the heart in Namaste hands, Anjali Mudra. Just allow the gentle rise and fall of your breath to move the hands just a little bit. Well done. So join me in the lotus mudra, Padma mudra. So the Sanskrit word for lotus is Padma. And I'd like to close with a mantra from the Tibetan tradition. Om Mani Padme Hum. Alright, so just in your mind or out loud, let's repeat that together. Well, let's explain it first. Om is the universe and everything. Mani is sweetness or the jewel. Padme is lotus. Hum is myself. Right? So I am the Om, the universe, everything, the sweetness of the lotus in myself. Right? So Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. And now place the palms together once more. Rest your gaze on your fingertips. May your 1,000-petal lotus of your consciousness blossom and your physical body support that blossoming. Thank you everyone for your time and energy this evening. Absolutely wonderful to see you. I'll disentangle the equipment, and if you need to comment or anything, I think you have to unmute yourself nowadays because they've changed it.